Going guys, Mutemoya back again with another video. So guys, in today's video I'm going to show you how I retouch full body images in Photoshop to just make the skin glow and look amazing. So the image we have here is color corrected in Lightroom, so I'm just going to go ahead and retouch it right here in Photoshop. So what I'm going to do, I'll just come here and Ctrl J twice to create two layers, and let's call this texture. And let's call this color, and then I'll disable the texture layer, then go to color, then go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. And for full images I use, you can see it's a full image but the model is sitting. So for full images, depending whether the model is sitting or is standing, I use the radius from 3.5 to 5. So for this one we're going to use 5, so go ahead and say okay. Let's activate the texture layer, and then come right here and select image, then apply image. Come right here and select color, and come right here, select add. Make sure scale is 2 and offset of 0, and make sure invert is selected. Opacity 100 and preserve transparent not selected, and mask not selected, and say okay. Let's change the blending mode to linear light. And let's create a black and white right here so that you can see the highlights and the shadows perfectly. Let's select the color layer and come right here and pick your mixer brush tool. And I was asked, I never customize my tablet for frequency separation. I just use exactly how it is if I install the drivers. So for this one, I'll come here and select a clean brush. Make sure it cleans after every stroke. Wetness of 10, load 75, and mix 90, and flow of 100, and sample layers is not selected. Let's zoom in the image slightly, and then to make work easier, just press R in your keyboard so that you can rotate as much as possible. And let's rotate. I prefer retouching my images upside down slightly, mostly for the face. And then I'll just go ahead and fast forward this and see you after I'm done with brushing. And guys, welcome back. You can see I'm done with brushing right now. So what I'm going to do now, I need to brighten some parts like the neck and maybe this leg to just make sure, and also this hand to make sure the lighting is looking nice. So I just go ahead and delete the black and white, and then I'll come right here and select micro dodge and burn to on my actions, and then let's select the dodge. Pick your brush tool and make sure the flow is at let's say 4 to 5, or let's write 5 here. Let's just brush this. Make sure the foreground color is white, and let's brush this area right here. Let's increase the flow slightly because we need to brighten the image to look better. So let's lighten this right here. If it's too much, I just go ahead and reduce the opacity. Yes, I think I like how it's looking right now. Let me just perfect this area right here to just increase this flow slightly, because we want to see the dodge looking nice. Okay, I like how the image is looking right now. So the next thing I'm going to do, I need to do color grading. And what we're going to do, we need to separate the image from the background. So I'll just go ahead and make sure I work on the skin tone first. So selective color and go to reds, and let's push reds cyans to maybe -13, most on the negative side, and let's push the yellows on the positive side. Come back to yellows, let's push cyans on the negative side, and let's push yellows on the negative side slightly, and then come right to blacks and let's push the blacks inside, and then on the yellows outside slightly, as low as possible. Let's say -1. Perfect. And then I'll just go ahead and go to color lookup and load my LUT, which is, I have so many LUTs, but I prefer using this LUT 4 for a reason. And let's reduce the opacity slightly, and let's reduce the opacity of the selective color slightly. I like how the image is looking right now. So the next thing I'm going to do, I need to separate the subject from the background. So I'll Control Shift Alt and E to create another merge layer, and then let's select subject. So what I'm going to do now, I need to make sure the selection is well balanced, but anything else I can perfect after I've separated the image from the background. Yeah, this is looking really, this is okay. I like the selection, it's okay. Yeah, that's okay for me. So Control J, Control Shift and I to invert the selection or to inverse the selection, and then Control J to create a copy of the background. Then let's convert this to Smart Object. Then you can come right here to filters, then go to camera raw. So what I'm going to do now, I come right here to opacity, to vignette, mostly on the effects on the camera raw. And you can see I shot ISO 100, 85mm, f4, shutter speed 1/200. So those are the settings in case you want to dial them in your camera for the next shoot. Let's reduce this midpoint. We need to see the effect looking really, really nice. Let's see how this looks. We need to make sure it's not so visible, so we have to feather it more. Let's say 100. And then let's come right here, up here, and let's push this temperature on this side slightly and the tint to this side to make the gray look more grayish. Gray is very close to green, so I don't know how that happens. And it tends to make the skin tones pop, so before and after. So I'll just go ahead and reduce the opacity slightly. And then I feel the image is really looking okay. I'll put everything in a group. And let me zoom in the image slightly. Say before and after, before and after, before and after. Then after that, now I'll just come right here and run my global dodge and burn action. Let's open the group right here and select the dodge. Make sure you select a soft brush. If it's not soft, come right here. To confirm whether a brush is soft, come right here and reduce the hardness to 0. And let's reduce the flow to 1%. And let's just enhance the highlights as much as possible, to just make sure the image is okay. Yes, I'm okay with how the image looks. And then what I'm going to do, I'll just come right here and select brightness and contrast, and then press use legacy, and let's push this slightly to there, and let's reduce the opacity as much as possible. I like how the image is looking, so let's see the before and after. Let me just put everything in a group again. This is the before, this is the after, this is the before, this is the after, before, after. Before, after. I think the image is looking okay for now, so anything else I can always go ahead and perfect later. Control Shift Alt and E to create a merge layer. Let's just clean this box to just make sure it's looking nice. For me, I guess that's all. That's okay. That's okay for me. Yeah, that's mostly how I retouch full body images in Photoshop. So this is the before, and this is the after, and this is the before, and this is the after. You can see we have a nice color. I haven't done a lot, but I've just retouched the skin and balanced the tones to just make sure the image looks nice. So that's how I retouch my full body images. So hope you learned something from today's video, more specifically on frequency separation, because so many people ask how I do frequency separation for full body images. Hope you learned something, and see you in the next video. Thank you so much guys for the support.